Coming up on DITV, budget cuts are in store for the state of Iowa.
And later, we'll give you a look at the newest coffee shop in the Iowa City area.
We have your Iowa baseball highlights from last night's dramatic ending.
Warm weather may be coming our way soon. Stay tuned for more weather.
All that and more coming up on this Thursday morning edition of DITV.
Don't go anywhere. DITV starts right now. Good morning and thank you for tuning in. I'm Ethan Gutstein.
And I'm Kaylin Cluck. Iowa's state budget took quite the hit yesterday. Governor Kim Reynolds signed a bill that will cut over $35 million from the Iowa budget. $11 million of that will be cut from the University of Iowa and Iowa State University. The cuts came from a need to balance the current year's budget, which will end in June. This is the second year in a row that Iowa has had to make mid-year cuts to the budget.
DITV reported yesterday that Ron Corbett has been removed as a candidate for the 2018 gubernatorial election. Corbett has since filed an appeal on the decision. A panel at the state capitol decided on Tuesday that Corbett did not have enough valid signatures to file a petition to run for governor. Corbett announced his appeal the next day. In a press conference on Wednesday, Corbett said, quote, "The establishment is not very friendly when their power is challenged. They are likely to hogtie you and throw you in the ditch, but I'm not afraid of them," end quote. The appeal filing will go through district court in Polk County.
A new student organization aims to empower local refugees and better their futures. Iowa Students for Refugees fundraises money to build shelters and resources for refugees living in Iowa City. The group was started by two UI sophomores, Maddie Bradley and Alexis Mahana. Mahana said, quote, "It is important for UI students to advocate for refugees because they are people and every person deserves to be supported," end quote. The organization has already raised $1,350 for their efforts.
The annual Walk It Out Multicultural Fashion Show is back for its 9th year. UI faculty, students, and staff, as well as the Iowa City community, will join together to celebrate the different cultures that are represented here at the university. DITV News reporter Kennedy Cook met with one of the minority groups, Africa, as they prepare for the upcoming show.
For the past 9 years, the University of Iowa has hosted its annual multicultural fashion show, Walk It Out. This year, they are back with a show theme entitled Around the World. The annual fashion show allows different communities to promote cultural awareness through the various forms of fashion, music, and dance that distinguish the 7 showcased minority groups. These groups include East Asia, South Asia, Middle East, Latin, hip-hop, LGBTQA, and Africa. I had the chance to sit in on one of the practices for the Africa group as they prepare rigorously for the upcoming show. Freshman Alec Jock expressed to me the best part of this event.
Sort of having this newfound appreciation for my culture, and so I love dancing now, so that's something cool.
This year's Africa leader is sophomore Ashol Agwek, who believes that her team has the potential to put on a great show.
Well, we have a lot of enthusiasm, we have a lot of talent, we have a lot of beautiful, hard-working dancers who love their culture.
Come see the Africa group perform alongside 6 other groups at Walk It Out next Saturday at the Iowa Memorial Union. Reporting from the Fieldhouse, Kennedy Cook, DITV News.
And it looks like it's going to be an awesome show. But in the meantime, Ethan, do you remember when we used to be able to see the sun in the sky?
I miss those days, and I got a new pair of sunglasses that I've been really wanting to wear. Let's toss it over to Gustavo Meyer in the weather studio to tell us more about this week's weather.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we're a few weeks away from the sunny and warm weather we've all been waiting for. Today we begin with partly cloudy skies. Temperatures will reach a high of 50 degrees and lower to 30 degrees in the afternoon. Now let's take a look at our extended forecast. Friday will be the day to look forward to, as we will be met with mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will range from the lower 30s, from the lower 50s, to the lower 40s. Saturday will be a bit warmer as you cool down. And Monday will be met with partly cloudy skies. Sunday temperatures will fall a bit to the lower 40s and lower to the mid-20s. Later in the evening, Monday, the temperatures will rise to the upper 40s and lower to the 30s that night. Tuesday will be cloudy with a chance of rainfall. Temperatures will reach the lower 40s and lower to the upper 30s. Enjoy the cloudy weather while it lasts, because it won't. Rainfall will take its place soon. That's your weather for this week. Ethan, Kaylin, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Gustavo. Iowa City and Coralville residents will now have a new place to grab their morning coffee. Dunn Brothers Coffee opened up its newest shop on Cross Park Road in Coralville. DITV News reporter Jahisha Thomas went out to try it out.
Dunn's Brothers Coffee is a new recently opened cafe located in the outskirts of Coralville with the spacious parking and beautiful surroundings. Stepping inside the beautiful homey coffee shop, you could immediately encompass the warm vibe that the owners were trying to portray. With the plethora of outlets and seating, it became the perfect environment for anyone to grab a beverage, a bite, and whip out that laptop for a quick catch-up. Married owners D'Angelo and Alexandra Say were able to discuss how they were able to implement their passion into a reality.
My mom and I are actually in Dunn Brothers in Burlington, Iowa, and we're sitting down and having a cup of coffee, and the atmosphere, the quality, and just the customer service and the philosophy of the franchise. We're like, this is it. So we actually filled out the application for the franchise then and there, and here we are.
A key thing that caught my eye was the standout beautiful red coffee machine in the corner of the shop, where D'Angelo and Alexandra made a key note to express that their freshly grounded beans may be all that different to any other coffee establishment.
I roast early in the morning between 8 and 10, and then in the afternoon around 12ish. So that's what we thrive on, is consistency.
Only opened for 2 months, you could already see the fresh new take on coffee and relaxation in one area. And they even sent me off with one of their own signature white chocolate pistachio frappes for my journey home. Reporting from Dunn's Coffee Coralville, this is Jahisha Thomas with DITV.
The University of Iowa has recently received grants from national departments such as the U.S. Department of Energy, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and the Department of Homeland Security to research nuclear energy and find better ways of disposing of nuclear waste. The lab is also researching ways to identify radioactive elements in drinking water and stop them from reaching the public. The lab plans on using the grant to buy new lab equipment and to offer more classes in the field. And Ethan, I heard that baseball had quite a memorable ending to their game yesterday.
I heard that too. Let's get a recap of the game from Will in the sports studio.
Thanks, guys. We have had a very busy week with Iowa Football Pro Day, Iowa Football Spring Ball, and softball had 2 midweek games. Last night we learned again never to count Iowa baseball out. The baseball team was back in action for a midweek game against Bradley. It was a hot-hitting night for both teams. The Braves went into the eighth inning up 9 runs to 8, and in the bottom of the 8th, Iowa's Lorenzo Elon pinch hit for the Hawks for his first appearance of the night and hit this crucial RBI that sent Tyler Cropley home and tied the game up at 9 runs. In the 9th inning, with the bases loaded and the score tied up, Tyler Cropley came up and hit a walk-off grand slam to give Iowa a 13-9 victory over the Braves.
Last at bat, I was sitting fastball, looking something I could elevate, just put it in the outfield, hit a sac fly. I guess I hit a little further than I planned, but that's all right with me.
I mean, we knew it was a good team. We knew we had to come out and play. And that situation, we knew it was going to be a tight game, and all of us prayed to be in that situation. Like we grind hard for those type of plays.
It was a game where I really thought we came out and had good energy. I felt like we were giving quality at bats the entire game, and offensively, I was really happy, with our performance. Other than a guy or two here and there, but for the most part, up and down the lineup, I thought it was really solid. And to go out there and rally and not get down after we gave up a big lead shows a lot about the team and where we're headed and the direction we're going. And the big hits you talked about, we had a lot of clutch hits in in that game, and Lorenzo Elon with a big pinch hit. That was great to see, to tie the game. And, and then Tyler Cropley, who's been really good for us the entire season, clutches up with the big hit to give us the W.
Iowa baseball returns to action this week to take on the Fighting Illini in Champaign, Illinois. Stay with DITV for all your Hawkeye baseball updates from this weekend. One University of Iowa baseball player has been named to the Johnny Bench Award watch list. The award is presented each year to the top Division I catcher in the country. DITV's Taylor Van Fleet tells us more.
In the start of his senior season, Tyler Cropley is already turning heads. Cropley is one of 97 catchers on the Bench Award watch list. But that doesn't come to much of a surprise for Iowa's head coach, Rick Heller.
It's something that we all knew to begin with, that he's one of the better catchers in the country. And, the fact that, others are recognizing that's a great thing for Tyler.
Through the first 18 games of the season, Cropley is batting .308 with 20 hits and 15 RBIs. His strong performance early on is what made his coaches believe he should be on that list that recognizes the best catchers in the country.
It is a big honor. Just being nominated by the coaches, it feels really good to have them see what I've been doing this year.
He's played really well so far this season. He was one of the guys that really had a pretty good offensive weekend at UAB, drove in some runs and had some clutch hits, and then his catching is always at a really high level.
With his name on such a praiseworthy list, it would be easy to feel added pressure. But Cropley said this will only help him moving forward.
It's more of a motivation thing. I'm not really nervous about it. It's just something that comes with playing the game the way I know I can.
Cropley is one of 6 Big Ten catchers who are on the list, so that could mean even more motivation for him as the Hawks get ready to head into conference play. Reporting from Duane Banks Field, Taylor Van Fleet, DITV Sports.
Hitting walk-off grand slams and being named to the Johnny Bench Award watch list, I guess Tyler Cropley can do it all. Well, Spencer Lee has gotten a warm welcome from Hawkeye fans and students after winning the NCAA championship 2 weeks ago. But just when he thought maybe the hype had died down a bit and he was safe to show his face in the dorm bathrooms, another freshman paid tribute to the champ with his walkout song from the NCAA finals. Lee tweeted out last night, quote, "When you're in the shower for the dorms for the first time and when you walk in, the other guy's showering, change the music to the Pokemon song, but dubstep while chanting my name, God, I love the University of Iowa," end quote. Well, Spencer Lee, the University of Iowa clearly loves you too, in its own weird way. Tune in tomorrow for a recap from Iowa women's basketball season, and the countdown is on. As just 5 days, we will have a premiere of our new miniseries, Beyond the Swarm. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Will. Today is the last day to vote in the UISG election.
That's right. To vote, log on to My UI, click on the student information, and then go to My Vote.
The polls will remain open until 5 p.m. tonight.
And that's all we have for you on this Thursday morning edition of DITV.
Be sure to head over to dailyiowan.com for all your latest news between Monday and Friday.
And if that isn't enough of the Daily Iowan for you, be sure to check out the print edition on stands now.
For DITV, I'm Ethan Gutstein.
And I'm Kaylin Cluck. Until next time, Iowa City.